Hi, Vanessa. So, I like this lesson plan a lot. It's great. I know that you told me about teaching this one, how you had to make some adjustments to it too. You picked the perfect evidence outcomes for this. And I find it interesting, though, your essential question, why is it important to let evidence lead us to a claim? I'm not really sure that I saw that addressed in your lesson plan here. And I think that that might be a good place to actually start. You know, you say that your hook is, today we're going to be investigators of a crime scene. Let's take a look at the scene together and jump them right into this picture. But I wonder, you had some of those kids, I remember you telling me you had some of those kids that were really resistant, no, she's this and she's that, and you had trouble kind of bringing them along with you. And I wonder if using a hook like your essential question, sorry, I'm trying to scroll there, why is it important to let evidence lead us to a claim, might be interesting. Talk about when people are wrongfully accused and circumstantial evidence and all those kinds of things. There's so many police shows on TV anymore. They know those kinds of things. It might help you get more buy-in right up here in front so that they're less argumentative with you a little bit later. Obviously, nothing's a panacea, right? That's not going to fix it. But I think that might help with some of those really resistant kids. So you went through the lesson plan wonderfully, having them underline the important parts, having them do the graphic organizer so that you went evidence to rule to conclusion so that they can see that we draw our claims based on researched and noticeable evidence and not write a claim and then find things that support it. Because I think most teachers teach that way. Think of a claim, now go find things that support it. Just a scary thing, right? Good. I liked your as a rule STEM starter, and I think that one came right out of the lesson plan too, okay? I like that you modeled up here, you did some group work with them, and then you had them do some small group application here. Great. And then coming back together as a class, filling in the board. You write transition right here, but I want to see you write that transition out for me. When you are teaching, you will not write your transitions out in lesson plans, right? But it helps me to understand you as a teacher and who you want to be so that I can help you develop. And also remember, transitions are really good opportunities to readdress objectives and even to head off some behavioral problems, because in readdressing objectives, you're talking to the kids about why they're doing these things, right? So you go from let's come back together as a class, discuss your evidence, rules, and claim. And then you go, the purpose of the activity is for us to practice good argument writing. Good argument writing involves gathering evidence and using reason in order to develop a claim. But what about a transition where you say, okay, why do you think we're doing this? Right? What is this? How is this different from some other ways that you could have researched? It's a really good opportunity transitions are to allow the kids to stop and do some metacognition and dig in and think about it. And that'll lead to some less behavior problems, because if the answer for why comes out of their mouth, they're more likely to buy into it. Okay? Just a thought there. I mean, what you've got here is good, but just a thought there, okay? So good, I'm glad at this point, you've allowed them to experience before you labeled. Beautiful. Okay, filling in their claim, reason, support, web. All right, excellent. And now that they've conducted the investigation, we're going to write a report. Beautiful writing piece to follow this up so that it actually is argumentative writing with a conclusion that came straight from the activity that they were doing. Really nice, okay? Allowing them to go either way, whether you think Queenie did it or not, and then revising for cohesion as a follow-up. Really, really nicely done, Vanessa. I'm glad that you wrote this lesson plan up and you went ahead and tried this. I think this is going to be one of your go-tos for years to come.